We start with skis, we're now in surfboards, and tomorrow we should be in cars and airplanes. I always say if the guy who doesn't believe that he can win the race, he never won the race. So I rather believe that we can win it and sound arrogant and actually have a chance to win it, you know, kind of. That's really the mindset. We had this vision and obsession of building the lightest ski wood core on the market. And to do this, we took balsa, which is the lightest wood on the planet, and we reinforced it with a flax fiber fabric. In that context, we looked a bit deeper into the flax fibers, and we said, okay, let's develop a range of high-performance reinforcement materials. We call them ampliTex, and the range of applications for those ampliTex materials is pretty broad. It could be still used as reinforcement materials in skis instead of glass or carbon fiber reinforcement, but increasingly goes into the surf industry, where our surf customers replace glass fiber fabrics with our flax ampliTex products. The real step change is the powerRibs technology. With the powerRibs, we really take natural fiber composites to the next level because it allows us for specific applications to outperform any given engineering material out there.
We can only compete on the market if we have a performing product. The green aspect is always a nice to have, and I think for everyone working in the company it is really important to us. But people, they have to sell their product, and if it doesn't outperform the competitors on the market, they're not going to sell.
The customers don't pay a premium for green, and they shouldn't. I think the bio apple is a very good example. You're going to buy maybe the bio apple because it's bio and it's good for your conscience. And if you bite in it and it doesn't taste like it should, you're not going to buy the bio apple anymore.
If you bring only like a product on the market because it's greener or it's just a marketing thing, that will last for a couple of years, and then what's next?
And you know, there are things like the legal framework in the automotive industry or in the mobility sector with tougher and tougher CO2 emission regulations.
This is of course working very much in our advantage, that we don't just have legislation which is starting to change and push, for instance, the automotive industry to make more eco-friendly vehicles, but also from the public, which is willing to buy such products and is waiting for these products. So the fact that you can provide higher performance for the same price and lower eco footprint, it's a complete win-win situation for them.
Why do we use natural fibers, and especially flax fibers? The main advantage is the very good damping properties. So the vibration damping is about 3 to 5 times more than carbon or glass fibers, 10 times more than aluminum, for example. And another very good advantage is that the weight of flax fibers, so the density, is quite low.
What we are very good at as a company is closing the gap between the natural fiber with its very long and strong culture and history, and taking this really out of the ground and out of the agriculture to a high-tech product. The main focus in terms of R&D over the past 5 years was looking at those flax fibers and saying, what are these fibers unique at? So really, if we look at the powerRibs, so that technology that makes it possible to make these highly performing body parts for the motorsport sector, what we do is that we take the natural fiber and we spin it in a very particular way, and we make a grid. What that grid makes is that instead of smearing the material in a surface, we build a 3D structure.
So these powerRibs then allow to have a very high bending stiffness with low weight. And also it has a very good effect for vibration damping.
If you work with vacuum infusion, it can replace directly the flow media. And when you work with prepregs, it replaces the breather. So you can reduce waste during production as well.
Just working with the people from EGT and Leilani Münter is a tremendous opportunity. It's an incredible technology platform to demonstrate things and to really go into the direction of showing that you can deliver high performance still being sustainable.
People think that carbon fiber is the best material. So when you come to another material and explain, so in that application our material is more performing, people don't really believe you and they don't want to try this. So you really have to find the people motivated to change something.
If you get to know like-minded people, things can go very fast.
They are like us, they work very fast and they like to try new things. So it's also a way of putting these two innovative spirits together and to try as many cool things as possible. And it's not just going to be something that's going to be attractive to the people that are already convinced of the cause, but also to attract the attention of people that are still thinking that being green means going backwards and going lower in performance, and to convince them of the contrary.
I think we're in this sweet spot of delivering a product that's highly sustainable and outperforming the existing. 1.5 years ago, we basically defined two paths. We said, okay, one thing we want to achieve is to go into large series interior applications where we have shown we know that we can cut up to 40% weight. And with the same technology, with this powerRibs technology, we said we can actually also do something else. We can go into the body structure, the body parts of race cars.
But in the end, we don't want to make race cars only.
My vision for Bcomp clearly is to play a major role in this mobility revolution we are going through right now, in terms of really delivering a novel material to an industry which is more and more launching for lightweight, and also where sustainability is going to become more and more important.
So if you're sitting in a car and you're looking at the door from the inside, these kind of parts is something that you can use Bcomp material. And in this case, you can take about 40% of weight out of this component if you use the powerRibs. And then on top of it, in the cases where you're making 500,000 parts, if you can take all this material out of a car, it's all this material that you don't have to produce in the first case.
So there is again this logic of dematerialization, taking out whatever is not necessary to perform a function.
So you're making less material, but you're also using a material that just grows in the fields. So it's not like carbon fibers or aluminum or all these kind of materials which require a lot of energy just to make the raw material.
When people say something is simple, they say, oh, it's not rocket science. But actually, we are working with European Space Agency, so this is rocket science.
One of the greater challenges of our society in general is to keep or even improve our comforts in everyday life, but to do it with minimal impact. If we know that what we work for benefits everybody and also benefits the environment, this is all the thanks that you need.
My vision for Bcomp would be that we are present in the everyday life of a lot of people.
And I think it's something beautiful to have it in everyone's life, but they don't realize and they don't think about it, because if they don't think about it, that means it just works. That's certainly something that would make me happy.